Hey y'all. Oh my god, where did that come from? Amazon, why the hell did you guys only release one episode today? Like, I really did love how the story ended, how everything wrapped up. It says it's a girl eat girl world. So what was in this book? Because I devoured this book. If you love yourself, pick this book up. Hey guys, happy Monday. Welcome to your weekly vlog. Yes, hello, it is Monday. Look at me starting the vlog on a Monday. I am feeling great on this Monday, which is a shocker because usually on Mondays I'm not feeling the best, but we're feeling good. I think it's due to me getting back into the swing of things, feeling better. I've been in like a weird funk for the past 6 months, so I feel good. We worked out today. We edited last week's vlog. You know, I'm just feeling great, okay? So how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I am here to obviously welcome you to the new weekly vlog, talk about reading plans and talk about life plans. So let's just get into reading plans first, shall we? Currently, I am reading these Hallow Vows by Lexi Ryan, I believe is the author's name. I am 62% into this book on chapter 23. And I'm really liking this book a lot. This book is like, it's described as A Court of Thorn and Roses meets A Cruel Prince, which I can definitely see, but there's also some Cinderella aspects in this book. Let me tell you what it's about. So we are following this girl named Bree who was sold to her, well, not sold, I guess her aunt took her and her younger sister in. They have two cousins, like the evil stepsisters, you get it. She has to work really hard to pay rent for her and her sister until one night her sister is sold to the fairy king, and so Bree's like, I'm gonna go save her. Which, it's perfect timing that this happened because the queen is granting access for humans to come because her son, Prince Ronan, is trying to find a bride, so 12 human girls will stay at the castle. So she goes, and then when she's there, the king pulls her in and is like, yes, I have your sister. You have to get back these relics for me, and then you will have your sister back. And he's like, the way to get these relics, the first one is to entrust the prince and make him believe you want to marry him. So she does that, and along the way she meets Finn, who is also a prince but on the opposing side, and he runs with the wild fairies and he wants to help her get these relics back. So lots of different things happening. It's very good. I will say it's basically eye candy is what this book is. It's got good writing. The world is good. It's entertaining. The characters keep you like involved in the story and where the storyline is going. There's a bit of a love triangle going on, sort of. Enemies to lovers too in the works. Friends to lovers, possibly. I don't know. That's not my favorite trope, is friends to lovers. I don't really like friends to lovers. So there's lots of things going on in this book that keeps you on your toes and like wanting to keep reading. I've read it pretty quickly. I started it yesterday and I'm already 62% of the way in. I read that all in a day. So it's pretty easy to read. Nothing groundbreaking though. It's not, I would definitely say it's more towards Sarah J. Maas writing. Like if you like Sarah J. Maas writing, you would love this writing. So that's it for reading updates. I don't really have any other books on my TBR currently. I'm just gonna see what I want to pick up next. I don't really do well with planned TBRs. As you know, if you've been on my channel for a while, I never stick to my planned TBR, and that is okay. For life plans this week, I'm just gonna apologize now this week. It's a very busy work week, and I actually picked up a day. And I forgot I did that until like last week when I looked at the calendar and I was like, shit. So I actually work Monday through Friday this week. And you may be like, Kayla, that's a normal work schedule. Well, not for me. I work Monday through Thursday. I have Friday through Sunday off. Very blessed, very grateful, very thankful. So the fact that I have to work that 5 days a week this week and next week, I'm very bitter about it because now that I'm out of this funk, all I want to do is go to the pool and lay out. I haven't wanted to have the urge to do that at all this summer, which is so sad because that's like one of my favorite things to do in the summer. That's why I love summer so much, because I love the water. I'm a Capricorn. Aren't we like half mermaid or fish or something like that? I don't know. I've always loved the water. I grew up loving the water. I am the happiest when I'm by water or in water. I freaking adore water. Except for ponds. I don't really jive with a pond. I'm not a pond girly. I'm an ocean girl. I love ocean so much, which I don't live by an ocean. I live nowhere near an ocean. I live in Ohio, okay? I have the urge to go to a pool, and I was like, oh my God, I can go on Friday. And I'm like, no, I can't. No, I can't. I'm at work. So I'm gonna go on Saturday, which is not my favorite day to go because that's when everyone goes, but maybe it won't be that crowded. We shall see. But that's pretty much it for life plans. I don't have anything planned this week, which is great. So I am gonna go probably watch an episode of Vampire Diaries because it is almost 8 o'clock. I'm gonna watch an episode of Vampire Diaries, have a sweet treat, and then get into bed and read, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hey y'all. Oh my God, where did that come from? It is Wednesday and I'm here. I don't know why I always say that when I like tell you guys what day it is or come back on the camera. You know what? Just roll with it. So I have some reading updates because I actually read a lot last night in bed. I don't understand what is going on with me, but I've had a really awful insomnia for the last 2 weeks where I haven't been able to sleep before midnight, and that's so unlike me. And I'm not really too sure. So if anyone out there knows if anything's going on in the universe, please let me know, because it would make so much sense if something was happening, and that's why I'm like not getting a lot of sleep. I don't know, the brain just like won't shut up at night. And I do have insomnia, so duh, that's a sense of insomnia, but usually with my sleeping meds, it goes away, but I've been taking my sleeping meds, nothing. So maybe my body's just used to the sleeping meds because I have been on them for a while. So they could be used to my sleeping meds. So it's like, we gotta go back and get something stronger. If any of you guys struggle with sleeping issues out there, you know how freaking frustrating it is. And last night I was on the verge of tears because I just wanted to sleep, and it was 12:30 and I had to get up at 6:30. So I was having anxiety about it and I was stressing out and I just wanted to cry because all I want to do is sleep. And that's the most frustrating thing because it's the one thing your body can do. Like, it's a function that your body should be able to do, and I can't, and I don't. Let me not go on a whole rant, because I will go on a whole rant about it, because I'm just so upset at the fact that like I deal with sleeping issues on top of everything else I deal with. Usually I don't talk about this kind of stuff, but I just need to vent, and you guys are my besties, so I'm venting to you, and hopefully someone out there can relate to it. But anywho, I read 22% of These Twisted Bonds, page 108. And I will say, this is a YA fantasy. I didn't know that, but it makes so much sense as to why like the quote-unquote spicy scenes, they weren't really spicy, were written the way they were because they're YA. So I understand, and I'm kind of glad, because this is total classic YA romantasy. If you guys have read like any like classic YA fantasy romantasy, any of that, This is written just the same way and I love it. It just reminds me of the good old days, if I'm being honest. This book literally picked up right where the last book left off. Very grateful for that. So like if you've read these Hollow Bowels and you haven't picked up Twisted Bonds yet, go ahead and pick it up because literally it picks up right where it left off, which I really like when books do that. I kind of hate when you're reading a series and they're like, so a couple minutes have passed and this and this and this is what has happened. No, I need to know. I need to see it in like real time. Like I need the tea in real time. So yeah, I pretty much can't really say anything about this book without giving anything away, so I'm not going to do that, but I am on page 108. I don't know if I've said that already, chapter 8. We have been introduced to another character. I mean, we saw him last book, but we're now getting to know him more, and I'm really hoping he doesn't become a possible love interest, because I just don't care for that. 2 is enough. 2 is enough, okay? So I hope a third one isn't thrown into there, but I don't think so. So yeah, that's pretty much it on my reading update. But it is 7 o'clock right now. I've done all the things I needed to do. I needed to do, you know, dinner, dishes. I was thinking of doing a after work routine tomorrow for you guys, just to kind of spice up the vlog. Because I feel like I haven't really had a lot of like B-roll or anything for this vlog. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Oh, accountability check-in. It was rest day, so no workout was done today, which is fine. So there's that for my accountability. We have been drinking water. We have had our 30 grams of protein per meal, plus some snacks that include protein, so we've been doing good, just no workout. But I'm gonna go probably watch Vampire Diaries, chill out for a little bit, mindlessly scroll, and then get into bed and read. But I just wanted to check in and say, hey, how are you guys doing? Okay, I'm gonna go. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hey y'all, it's now Friday. Have a lot to catch you up on, but I am here about to assemble my dinner. And while you can't see it, I thought I would talk you through it because I just made this recipe up at the top of my head. It's inspired by Bibi Bop, but I just made it up and I think it's gonna be really good. So come on, let's assemble it. So first up, also my head's gonna be cut out. I'm so sorry. First up, you're going to take half a cup of jasmine rice. You can use whatever rice you like, but I'm gonna do a half a cup. This is a cup, this serving, so like half of this container, right? Put that in. I marinated my chicken thighs overnight in my special marinade, and then I cooked them for 45 minutes at 425, and it turned out delicious. So I'm just gonna put that in there. This is just one chicken thigh cut up. It's so juicy, so delicious, so freaking good. Okay, let me clean this up and I'll be right back. All right, next I'm gonna go with some potatoes. I crisped up a potato, so I think I'm gonna do about half of this. Put that in there, and there we go. That looks good. I'll do the other half tomorrow. And then I'm gonna put in some corn, just, you know, however much your heart desires. Actually, I'm just gonna put it all in there because there's not a lot left. This is a very volume heavy dinner, so this should keep you full for a while. It's very heavy. Next up is I grilled some pineapples, so I'm just gonna top that with a little bit of pineapple. And then you take whatever sauce you like. I'm gonna do yum yum and just put that in there. That's my dinner. I'll talk to you guys soon. Here is a closer look at the dinner. It looks like a lot, I know, but pretty filling, pretty good. We like it. Diet Coke, of course, and are about to watch The Summer I Turned Pretty. Hi guys, happy Friday. You saw me a little earlier when I was showing you guys my dinner, but it's now 7 o'clock. I've had dinner, I've cleaned up, and I'm here to officially say hi. I have not talked to you guys since Wednesday. I worked today. Today is a weird Friday because I usually don't work Fridays, but I did work today. I worked a half day. I was home by like 12:30, and I then spent the rest of the day filming 2 videos, and I edited one and scheduled one fully for this coming Sunday. Well, I guess last Sunday for you guys, but this coming Sunday for me time. And yeah, I've just been chilling, reading updates. I don't really have any major reading updates because I've been going to bed super early. I've been falling asleep super early, like 9 something. So I haven't really had much time to read in bed because I've been falling asleep while reading. But I am now 43% into the book of these twisted bonds. So I have 3 hours and 22 minutes left in this book. I would love to finish this book today. I don't think I will, but maybe I'll get like halfway done with it. I don't know. I just finished watching the newest episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty. Amazon, why the hell did you guys only release 1 episode today? Like, I wish they would have just released them all last Friday. Like, I hate it when they release on a weekly basis. I am not that type of girly. I don't like the weekly basis release. I love me a binge session when it comes to a show that I really love. And I'm annoyed. It's almost better to wait until all the episodes are out and then like binge it. So yeah. And I'm gonna sit down, read a little bit, watch some booktube, and then I don't know, we'll see where the night takes us. I may stop and watch Vampire Diaries at like 9 o'clock. Maybe. We'll see. I've been really loving Vampire Diaries. But yeah, I just wanted to say hey, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hi guys, happy freaking Saturday. Thank God it's Saturday. I am feeling weird. I'm feeling a little sick, but I think it's just allergies. I hope it's just allergies. I felt pretty good this morning. Like, I woke up 7 a.m. bright and early, like fed Wyatt, went to the grocery store like really early this morning. There was no one there. If you guys ever need to go to the grocery store on the weekend, go around like 8 o'clock on a Saturday. There's literally no one there, and it's the best thing ever. Cleaned up a little bit, had some breakfast, and now it's like 10:30, I believe, and I'm about to sit down and do some reading, but I just wanted to say hey to you guys first. I think partly what it is I didn't have my coffee as soon as I woke up. So I think that could be why it is, but I'm currently drinking it, so I think it's gonna kick in. But I just wanted to update you guys on my reading because I did some reading last night. I'm 56% of the way through of these twisted bonds, and I have 2 hours and 37 minutes left, so I would love to finish this book today. We have some stuff on the to-do list. Finish this book, we have to work out, and then I need to film some short form content. I haven't really been filming short form content like I want to film it. I would really love to film like me talking again. I've just been doing videos that don't involve my face or talking, which are arguably easier to film and like edit and like get out versus, you know, talking. But my videos do better when I talk and like there's more of an engagement, so I need to do that. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have on the agenda today. And then tomorrow is Sunday. We're doing nothing tomorrow, but sitting and doing whatever I feel like doing. If that is reading, if that is watching Vampire Diaries, if that is playing cozy games, whatever I want to do tomorrow is what I'm gonna do. So that's the plan. Let's go ahead and do some reading for maybe like an hour while I finish my coffee, and then we're gonna work out, shower, go back to reading. Maybe by the time like we do a little reading now, and then after my shower we'll be able to finish it, and then like while my hair is drying, you know, I don't know why I'm explaining this to you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go read and I will talk to you guys later. Hi guys, happy Sunday. I am here to update you guys with reading updates because I actually do have some. So last night I finished these Twisted Bonds, and what I can say is I really did love how the story ended, how everything wrapped up, everything that was loose ended, like the mystery of why Bree has these powers and why her and Finn are so drawn to each other, and like why she was so heavily picked by Prince Ronan and Ben. There's a whole tie and everything tied up really nicely, which I really appreciated, and I honestly really liked it a lot. So if you're looking for a good duology to get lost in, check out these Hollow Vows. Check out these Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. It's on. It was really quick. I read them all. Like obviously I started these Hollow Vows last week and these Twisted Bonds this week. So if I wanted to, I probably could have read them all within the span of a week, but you know, work. So yeah, I really liked it. Overall, I'm giving the series, or I guess the duology, a 4-star rating because it was really good. And then you guys saw me, I took a break and I started reading Heartstopper Volume 2. I read Volume 1 like years ago, loved it. Never carried on because I couldn't get my hands on Volume 2, and when I could it was expensive and I just didn't really want to spend the money. And then I got a Kindle and they were on Libby, so I borrowed them, and so I finally read Volume 2, absolutely loved it. And then the part where Charlie was like, I just can't believe like this is happening to me, I was like, Charlie, I'm gonna cry. And then I did get Volume 3, so I have that already queued up on my Kindle. I read them on my phone because they are colorful, so like, yeah, there you go. So they're just colorful and I like to see the colors, so that's why I'm reading them on my phone versus like my actual Kindle. But I did start a new Kindle book last night, and I've said it time and time again, I'm just gonna quit saying it, how I'm not a fan of romances, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to read any more romances. Listen, I really think why I keep trying to read romances because I really want to find a romance that I love and actually eat up. So I'm trying to let go of all like
the thoughts and feelings I usually have when going into a book, like what I look for in a book, whatever, because I know romance is just for a silly, goofy, fun time. I actually started reading Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, and this is a small town romance where we have Emmy, who is a professional barrel racer, and she decides one day she's going to quit her profession, leave her apartment and her boyfriend, and come back to her small town where her family's very well known. They have this farm, whatever. And that's all I really know so far. I haven't met the love interest yet. I didn't even read the summary. I just saw Small Town Romance and I said, you know what, that sounds like a bit of me. And the fact that she was a barrel racer. Now, if any of you guys don't know, I actually owned a horse for 8 years of my life. It's actually one of the things I'm most proud of is that when I was 18-year-old, when I was 18, oops, sorry, I just kicked the tripod. When I was 18, I actually bought myself my very own horse. I was a senior in high school, and some people like still don't believe me when I say that, because what 18-year-old has the money to buy a horse? I saved and saved and saved and saved. It's what I wanted. All I wanted was a horse. I've wanted a horse since I was little. Like, my dad used to take me to his friend's like barn, and I used to ride horses there. Like, I've always been a horse girl. Not like the horse, when you think of a horse girl, I know what you guys think, but I'm not that. I just really love being around the animals. They're very majestic. They're just like, there's something so calming about them and gentle, which you guys, I know a lot of people are scared of them because rightfully so, they're huge ass animals, but I love them so much. Anywho, so yeah, I always wanted a horse. I saved and saved and saved, and you guys, that's all I did with my life. I literally worked and I went to the barn. That's all I did for like 8 years of my life. And then, you know, life happens. I went to college. I couldn't give her enough time. And that's actually one of my biggest regrets. I don't talk about it because to this day, it still makes me cry. And that has been 7 years ago, 5, I can't really remember. It's honestly, I try to black that time of my life out because that is one of the decisions I really regret. Is that, and I wish I would have done more, but you know, you can't really live your life like that. But yeah, when I had to get rid of her, that is my biggest regret. If anyone asks me, what is your biggest regret? That is my biggest regret, because she was just one thing that like helped me. Maybe one day I'll go into like why she meant so much to me and yada yada yada, but this is not the conversation for that because I don't want to cry. Anywho, so yes, I owned a horse and I would barrel race. Not really, I would just run around the barrels in the barn. And then I switched to English, which if you guys don't know, Western is when you barrel race. It's where you have the horn on the saddle. That's Western. And English is the one that you see the horses like jumping in like the Olympics. That's English. So my horse could do both. She couldn't jump. She was not a jumper. She was not a jumper, but she could like fit a Western and an English saddle. If you guys don't know, some horses don't take to certain saddles and you have to like train them to take. So one day I was like, okay, let's see how she does with an English saddle, because I got no information. The only information I got on her was she used to be a cutter, which you guys don't know, those are the horses you see like in the fairs and like the cattle shows where they have a horse and they pick out a calf or a cow. I guess I should say a cow. A calf's a baby. A cow. There's one cow that they have to like get away from the herd and weave away. That's what cutting is, I believe. I think so. I could be wrong. If someone knows better than me, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what cutting is. So that's what she did. So she was very familiar with Western. She was very quick on her feet, very agile. She could like switch directions really quick. So she was very good on that. English, I had no idea if she ever been in an English saddle. I put her in an English saddle one day and she looked so freaking cute, and she was fine. She knew how to handle it. My horse, to be fair, was very easygoing until someone new she didn't know was put on her, and that's when she's like, all right, game on, let me see if I can do something to piss these people off. But you know what? She was a doll baby off the saddle. For me, she was fine in the saddle because, of course, she knows me. I was with her for so long, so. Oh, wow, I never thought I would really talk about my horse, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that conversation. I do enjoy talking about her in that time of my life. It just makes me sad thinking about like what that whole thing. But I do really enjoy talking about her. So thank you guys for giving me that little moment to talk about her and kind of like relive those moments. Cause yeah, I do miss it a lot. You probably can tell. Anyways, let's move on. So I'm only on chapter 2 of Done and Dusted. I don't hate it. So far, I'm only at the part where Emmy has moved back to her small town and her best friend is like, let's go to this bar, Devil's Boot. She hasn't even told her parents and her dad and her brother that she's back yet. Her best friend's like, let's just go, let's have fun. So that's where they are. They're at this bar that's like a hometown bar, Devil's Boot. So I'm guessing we'll run into the love interest there. I know it's enemies to lovers, so maybe I will like this because enemies to lovers is the superior trope. I'm also filming a spend the day finishing a book with me on TikTok, but those are pretty much my updates. Oh wait, audiobook. So someone on Instagram showed the picture of this audiobook and I was like, ooh, I like that, because I was listening to another one, The Summer of '69 by someone. I'll put it up on the screen. And I just really wasn't feeling it. I wasn't like obsessed with it. So I found this book called This Delicious Death by Kayla Conningham. Yeah, so I found the audiobook for that and I really haven't started it yet, but I was like, this seems like a great summer thing because it says this summer is going to get gory. 2 years ago, a small percentage of the population underwent a transformation known as the hollowing. Those affected were only able to survive by consuming human flesh. The people who went without quickly became feral, turning on their friends and family. Luckily, scientists were able to create a synthetic version of human meat that would satisfy their hunger. As a result, humanity slowly began to return to normal. Cut to Zoe, Celeste, Valerie, and Jasmine, 4 hollow girls living in Southern California. As a last hurrah before graduation, they attend a musical festival in the heart of the desert. They have a cooler filled with seltzer, vodka, and sin flesh and are ready to party, but on the first night of the festival, Val goes feral and ends up killing and eating a boy in one of the bands. As the other festival guests start disappearing around them, the girls soon discover someone is targeting people like them. If they can't figure out how to stop it soon, no one at the festival is getting out alive. So yeah, it should be like a silly, goofy, fun time. I'm so excited. It says it's a girly girl world. Yeah, so I am excited to get started on that. I do have some little chores to do before I can actually sit down and start reading this book today. It is currently at 10 o'clock. I got up late today, you guys. I went to bed. I was probably asleep by 11, which is the time I allow myself on the weekends. And I literally didn't wake up until 9. What? Usually I wake up at like 7, so I didn't wake up till 9. Like, that is not me, so I'm very awake right now, but also kind of anxious because I'm like, oh my god, I lost so much time in the morning. No, you didn't. I had this whole plan that I was gonna go to the park that I really like and then go get myself a coffee afterwards and be home and then cook breakfast and all that. I woke up at 9 and it's already like 80 degrees outside, so I was like, no, we're not gonna go do that. But yeah. So I am gonna go do my chores that I need to do and then we're gonna get to reading and I will catch up with you guys, I'm sure, later. Hi guys, ignore this. The hair's drying and my little hair wrap towel, but I figured I'd come on and update you guys because I have reading updates. So I just got done with lunch. As you guys saw, my healthy, balanced lunch. Believe it or not, those Cheetos, you can have 34 Cheetos for low calorie because they're baked. And I love, if there's one thing about me is I love a Cheeto, a regular Cheeto. I know a lot of people like the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I am not a spicy girl. Give me the regular crunchy Cheetos. And I found that baked crunchy Cheetos I can actually have for like less calories. And I'm like, thank God. And then I just had like a sausage. It wasn't a chicken sausage. Was it a chicken sausage? No, it wasn't chicken. I don't know. It was some sausage. And I tried it with honey mustard for the first time because usually I do ketchup. I'm a ketchup girl. But it and honey mustard, wow. So good. And then I had strawberries. And I'm having a little mini Diet Coke because I love Diet Coke. Anyways, so I've actually been reading all morning. And I'm reading Done and Dusted, and I am now pleased to say 50% of the way through this book, and I am really, really, really loving it. Let me tell you what this book is about. So we're following this girl named Clementine. She's known as Emmy to people who love her. Clementine's her given name, but people call her Emmy. And she is a professional bear racer. She loves riding more than anything. She grew up on a pretty big ranch in Wyoming with her dad and her two brothers. Her mom passed away when she was just under a year old. And she goes off to Colorado to ride in the women's professional rodeo. And she does very well until she gets an injury that causes her to have a mental block when it comes to writing. She freaks out when she thinks about writing. She has a panic attack when she thinks about writing, and she became very depressed, and she holed up in her apartment for literally a month until she decided, I'm going to leave my apartment, leave my current boyfriend, and go back home, which is kind of ironic because that is the place she tried to escape the most, and now she's going back to it. So she goes back home, and the first night she's there, she stays with her best friend Teddy, and they go out to this bar, which I think I already said, it's like a hometown bar, and she runs into Luke, who is now the owner of the bar, and Luke is kind of an adopted brother in a way. Luke had an awful home life. His dad never wanted him despite living in the same town. His mom really didn't really care what he did. She remarried. They have no contact still, and it's been, I think, 4 years since he's seen her. So he owns this bar now that his dad left him, and he was taken in by the Ryder family, which is Clementine Ryder, Wes, and Gus Ryder, which are her two older brothers, and they kind of took him in. He is best friends with Wes, right? No, Gus. He's best friends with Gus. And so Emmy has always known Luke. She grew up with Luke. Luke's a couple years older than her. I think 5 years older. I think I could be wrong. And she's always thought of him as this annoying guy, this reckless, troublesome, annoying guy who's just hanging around until she comes back home. And she has a panic attack one day going into the bar, and while Luke is there, and Luke, kind of calms her down, and he's like, what's wrong? And she spills her guts as to why she's really home, because she just said she needed a break. And so he takes on the job of helping her get back to where she was. So a friendship develops, and potentially more happens, and I really, really like this book because the romance isn't the sole focus. There's a lot of different things going on. We have Emmy, who is dealing with panic disorder and also ADHD. She was diagnosed with a couple years ago, so a lot of things that she did kind of make sense now that she's had that diagnosis. And I can relate because I don't have ADHD, I have ADD. So a lot of the things that she does, like the sensory stuff, the hyperfixation, the having to have a million things going on at once and putting your all into it, I can totally relate. So it's really nice to read about someone that is like me. Luke is really great. Luke is just your typical Southern cowboy, but he's not Southern, he's from the West, so he's a cowboy, a legit cowboy, and he is just great. He calls her Sugar. He said, whatever you want, Sugar. Stop it. And yeah, he's just opening up more and more, and Emmy's kind of like, there's more to this guy than I thought there was. And yeah, it's really good. And if you guys are looking for like a cowboy small town romance, check this one out because I really, really like it. I actually only have an hour and 47 minutes left of this book. That's how much I've read today. So I think I'm going to finish it up today because it's only 2 o'clock. So I'm pretty sure I can finish this book up. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and kind of update you guys where I'm at in the reading. Oh, I also started my audiobook, This Delicious Death, and I'm not that far into it. I'm literally, so I am only 11% into it. So I'm far enough to know kind of like what's going on, but not far enough to know like what the main plot point of this book is. And I am liking it a lot. It's pretty entertaining. I listened to it while I worked out. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that book. Once I know, like, get into it, I'll tell you guys more as to what's going on. But I am going to actually sit down now, read some more of Done and Dusted, and I will check in with you guys later. Hi guys! So it is a little bit later. It's actually around like 4:30, and I just finished Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. Why was this book so good? What was put in this book? Because I swear to you, if you've watched my channel for a long time, I DNF every single romance I've read, pretty much. So what was in this book? Because I devoured this book. Literally from the first chapter, I said, yeah, I'm gonna like this book. What was in this book? Lila Sage, if you're watching this, love you. Can't wait for the next book in the Rebel Ranch series. I follow her on TikTok now, and she said Wes and the interior designer that is like decorating the house, Andy, I think is her name, that's gonna be their next book. But you know what book I really want, and I think the people really want, is Teddy and Gus. I need that book because they hate each other, but you know that's gonna turn to lovers. Like, we all know. And like, I need that book now. Lila Sage, if you're watching this, can I have an early copy? Because I need it now. I need it now. But I think the next book comes out in October. 5 stars all around. If you guys are looking for a great romance book, pick this book up. If you love cowboys, if you love small town, if you love like the whole angst and tension to enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, best friends, little sister, all of it. If you love yourself, pick this book up. Okay? Okay. So, with that being said, I'm ending the vlog here because Sunday scaries are setting in, especially because this week I work 5 days again. So it's just setting in. 1 week was doable. 2 weeks in a row, I'm like, but I have an exciting week coming up because I'm seeing Barbie. And that's like my thing to get through. I'm seeing Barbie next weekend. Who knows what books I'll be reading. I actually do. We'll talk about it next week. I don't know why I'm going off and talking about this week. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, make sure you guys give it a massive thumbs up. And make sure you guys are subscribing because I would love to have you here. If you don't already, you can follow me on my social medias. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, and I now am on Threads, so I will put it down below. And I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are reading lots of good books, and I hope you guys are kind to yourself and to others around you, and I will see you guys in my next video.